Hi and welcome! I've been creating tutorial videos for a while now, and don't worry, those aren't going anywhere. But I want to add something extra. I lost count by now on how often I had to scrub through lengthy timelines just because I blinked at the wrong time. So, as awesome as tutorial videos are to learn a new skill, sometimes having something written down is still the best way to go through the material. Over the last couple of weeks, I have started to create written guides in PDF form. They all contain explanations for certain UGUI systems in Unity, come with a few use cases and step-by-step explanations on how to create certain systems, but also with scripts and a Unity package with the finished elements so you can see how it all comes together. You can buy them on my itch page or stay for a moment longer to learn what's inside. You can find all the relevant links in the video description and in the pinned comment. For the initial 5, I focused on the canvas system, anchors and pivot, input system, dropdowns, and the Scroll Rect. Somebody asked me how they differ to my tutorial videos. Good question. Basically, I go into more depth. I started out with a tutorial video for each guide, but soon added more infos, more use cases, some deeper topics related to the element. Also, these come with project files, which I don't hand out for my tutorial videos. Another question was about the differences between the guides and the official documentation. While the documentation is certainly useful, and I use it a lot, it doesn't offer a whole lot of actual use cases or workflows. That's what my guides focus on. So let's have a look inside. The Scroll Rect guide is one that got a little bit out of hand. 45 pages just for this one element? Yep. It can handle a lot, so I made sure to include some super useful use cases. A scrollable text box shows the basics and comes with a check if the user has actually scrolled all the way down to the end, just in case we need it. A scrollable inventory mockup explains how we can jump to certain positions inside a Scroll Rect. For example, to find certain elements in a backpack. Of course, you will find the content carousel I covered in a video tutorial before in it too. And there's also an example for how to create a map your user can zoom and pinch. The Canvas guide goes through the different kinds of render modes a canvas uses, as well as the canvas scaler component. It offers examples on where each of these modes might come in handy. The anchors and pivots one starts with an explanation of the pivots of UI elements and how their position affects them in the editor. That's important to understand when creating scalable UI systems. It then goes through several typical UI elements one might find in any given game, like a map, an action bar or modal window, and goes through the steps on how to anchor them correctly and why, so that your UI is properly behaving across screen resolutions. The input field guide covers basics like submitting entries by enter and clicking a specific button, but also goes into detail on the different kinds of input fields you can create out of the box, like pin pad, passwords, name fields, email fields, or how to validate the input. Have you worked with the TMP validator before? For the dropdowns, you will find use cases like adding or removing elements from a dropdown by script, adding icons or showing nothing but icons, creating multi-select dropdowns, and more. I was kind of surprised that multi-select dropdowns hardly have any kind of documentation, but this will certainly help you in getting those to work. I tried packing these with as much value as I could, and I hope they will help you in learning how to work with the Unity UI system. Please let me know what you think about them. I'd love to create more. The layout components are a topic I want to tackle soon, and of course I want to create a TextMesh Pro one. That one, however, will take a while. Last count was something like 200 pages or something. There is so much to cover with typography in games, and I want to give a solid foundation on typography in general as well. Which other topics would you be interested in for the next batch? You can vote on the next ones on my Discord server or add it to the comments below, of course. You can find the links in the description and in the pinned comment. I hope you will enjoy them. Have a great week!